All rise for Taylor's Kangaroo Court, the case of Paris. Ladies and gentlemen of this honorable, if slightly satirical, court, we are gathered today to hear the case of Paris, accused of one of the most serious crimes in the digital age, threatening to dox children. The charge is clear. In a moment of anger, retaliation, and spite, Paris threatened to publish the private address of Matt Taylor's children.
And Matt Taylor, your kid's address is going out there because I sent you a message half hour before I went online. Beg me not to do it, and I won't do it. But this is the problem. This is where the dark side has difficulties. They have difficulties. Andrew Hughes. We'll find out who you are in a few seconds. This is where the dark side have difficulties covering their tracks because they can't apologise because it's light. The dark cannot mix with the light. I'm the light. I've apologised many times for things I've done wrong. But these pieces of shit out there in this group, they can't apologise, they just attack more. So we've got people like Kaylee, we've got people like Enda Devine. Now we've got Matt Taylor thinks he can take me on. I know where you live, mate. I know where you live. Right then. I'm going to dox your kids. I told you you had 24 hours. I told you to come on here and beg me. Beg me not to do it, but you don't care. So now your wife that don't live with you and your children that don't live with you, Matt, I smell a rat there. Let's see what happens from this day on, Matt, because I ain't letting you go. Just go.
Let us be absolutely clear, not Matt Taylor himself, but his children. Innocent minors. This was no harmless quarrel. This was no simple spat on the internet. This was a deliberate threat, a weaponization of private information, designed to cause maximum distress. And not only distress, but real-world danger. The law of the land recognizes such behavior as criminal. Under the Malicious Communications Act 1988, it is an offense to send threats intended to cause anxiety or fear. Under the Protection from Harassment Act 1997, repeated intimidation and threats amount to harassment, and when children are involved, it escalates to an even higher level, child endangerment. The defense may argue that no address was ever published. But this court knows better. The threat alone is enough. When you threaten to expose children, you cross a line. You show intent. You demonstrate malice. You hold a match to the fuse of fear. Therefore, as the sole judge of Taylor's Kangaroo Court, I find Paris guilty of threatening to dox children. Harassment by intimidation and reckless endangerment of minors. The sentence is public condemnation. Total ostracization. An eternal branding as a menace to society, guilty of endangering the innocent for petty revenge. Case closed.